When I uploaded my last video, I was riding in this, and since then there's been a lot of interest in it, so I thought I'd do a quick review and how to use it kind of video. So here goes. So obviously you need the hoverboard, which is that part there, that costs about £180. And then you've got the go-kart attachment, which goes on top of the hoverboard, which I'll show you in a minute. That costs roughly £50. So let's put it together. So you grab your go-kart, put it upside down, and you want to make sure that the power button is at the back, so it's easy to reach. Strap goes on like that, and another strap goes on like this. You've got to make sure that these are straight, because otherwise we'll just drag along the floor. You put them tight, put your finger in there, and run your finger all the way up the Velcro. And then do the same on the other side. Just like that. It should be nice and tight. Then you want to flip the whole thing over. As you can see, the button is on the back, so it's easy to turn off, just in case you have a slight bit of anxiety whilst you're riding it. Okay, so to extend this part where your legs go, lift this up, twist it a couple of times so it's nice and loose, lift it up again, and then pull it to wherever you want it, and then push it, screw it back down, and that is basically it. Right, so when you want to get started, make sure these are straight. I mean, like, these are at 45-degree angle, and these parts where your feet go are straight. Otherwise, you're going to go flying. And then turn on the button. See? If they weren't straight, you should be going that. So basically, put your feet on, get comfy, get a helmet on. I'm not going anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. And then push forwards. Like that. Easy. So, helmet on, power on. So if you do want to get started, I'll move my feet out of the way. If you want to go left, you press down this one, and then do the same backwards. If you want to go right, push down on this one, you'll go right. If you want to go backwards, you pull them both back, and again, the same with the steering, it's on opposite directions. So let's give it a try. So, left, right, left. Ooh, watch the camera. If you want to go backwards, pull them both back. To stop, push them forwards again. So that's all you basically need to know on how to drive one of these. So let's see how fast this thing can go. So it did it in about 37 seconds, and that roughly equates to about 12 miles an hour. So that's me on it, and I'm 12 stone. So anybody who's a bit lighter probably could reach 15, 16 miles per hour. On this thing is Bluetooth as well, so you can listen to music as you ride along, but just make sure you've got your phone in your pocket, because this is what happens. And because my phone is in my car, it keeps disconnecting and connecting. You'll have no problem if you keep keep it in your pocket. And that is for, there you go. And that's for like displaying the GPS, how far you travel, the speed, and also you can Bluetooth music to it, which is pretty loud as well, but probably annoying for everybody else. Just one caveat. Paired. Just one caveat. Don't get off it. If you're standing on one of these hoverboards, don't step in front of it because you'll go flying. It's okay on these. All you do is turn the button off at the back and it will turn off. So that's the power off. It's now safe to get off and it won't move. So I did a few tests with this thing. I did a speed test and I also did a distance test because in the manual it says it can do 6 miles, which I think is probably far-fetched. I did think about this and I thought a distance test is going to be a little bit boring to watch, so I've added some sound effects. So I charged up the battery to full capacity and this is what happened. So the test came back and it did 2 miles out of the 6 that it's supposed to do. That's probably down to my weight. So probably someone half the size of me would probably do 4.5. But that's without testing, so who knows. Driving this is kind of like reminded me of when I drove the General Lee, the Dukes of Hazzard car on a racetrack. I drove it top speed. I can't remember what the speed was. I drove definitely over 100 miles an hour. It's very heavy to steer. It felt like it wasn't going very fast. I'd probably liken that to anybody watching me ride this around here. If you're watching it from like how you are, or from the side here, it doesn't look like it's going very fast, but when you're on it, it does feel fast.
Really tight towards the coast. Fabulous on it, that's good. Straighten her up, full power.
Now the battery on this thing probably lasts, I'd say, about an hour. If you have kids, someone probably half the weight of me, I'm 12 stone, it'll probably last maybe an hour 20, hour 30, I would say. And it takes about 3.5 hours to charge it up to full capacity, which isn't too bad if you're going to have that amount of fun. So you literally have this app that you can see a certain few things on, and it's connected at the moment. You can see that the battery is displayed there. You can select a mode, whether it's expert, beginner or intermediate, and you can even change the color of the lights on the hoverboard. And if you go into GPS, you can actually track how far and how fast you are going, which isn't really helpful, especially if I'm trying to record this as well. Let's try this. So there you go. I was going 3 miles an hour then. I don't know if I'll be able to go any faster because I've got a phone and a camera in my hands. And I think the top speed I've got out of this is 12.2 miles per hour. Probably if a kid went on here, probably get about 16, maybe 15 miles an hour, which is pretty fast. So that's my review of the H1 Hoverboard and the Yabbay Go kart, and they fit perfectly well together. Definitely a lot of fun. I'll be using it probably a lot. It's faster than it looks, and the acceleration on it is quite nippy. I'd say the only thing you'd have to replace are the straps. I've only had this 3 weeks now, and the straps have got a bit frayed, so you're probably going to need to order some more of them if you get this. This would definitely be fun for kids, but what I would say is ease them into it. Maybe go on that beginner mode where it's a little bit slower, because it will be quite confusing to go left, right, which is completely opposite of what it's supposed to be, and the speed of the thing as well, and stopping. So yeah, definitely a lot of fun for me. I've enjoyed using it. I'm going to continue enjoy using it, and I hope that answers all your questions. I had a lot of questions in the last video and on Facebook, so there you go. So I hope you're all doing well, especially during these weird times, and stay safe. Thanks for watching.